Okay guys, so I'm gonna do a part 2 of the Adobe Fresco tips and tricks. So in this one, I'm gonna show you the fill tool, the magic lasso tool, and erase. And you're gonna see, you can reference my earlier video to see what I'm talking about to get a better understanding of why we're doing what we're doing, okay? So let's go ahead and do that. Okay, just making sure that we have like a good, okay, all right, okay. So this is a live drawing, as you can see. Look, I'm making a Final Fantasy 11 red mage. Now the issue with him is, as you can see, he has like artifacts. Like you see, like his gloves, there's like a little bit of white. You may not be able to see it, but when you make a print or you finish and you export, you're gonna see it. It looks really nasty. So what you got to do to fix that problem, right? We're gonna do here. I'll show you right here. So it's like nice and obvious, right? See that? So basically, what you want to do is you want to select it, right? You want to select it. You want to select the whole thing. Actually, I forgot. No, you select the whole thing, right? You select the whole character. And then you do inverts. And then you do magic wand. Right? Selecting, and you do invert again. And boom, everything is selected. And you're probably wondering like, hey, why did you do that? That's like doesn't make any sense. The reason you do that, you want to create a second layer under it, right? And you see that glove, right? You see how like it has like artifact? You may not see it right now, but it has like a little white specks. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna choose a fill. You're gonna pick your color. Sometimes I like to go for gold, like the Renaissance guys. They used to do gold backing. Do gold, right? And on that invisible layer, make sure everything is selected and properly selected, right? There's not something you don't want selected. You press fill, right? And you see how there's no artifact now? See, that's why you do that. And if you want to make sure, and that's it. That's it. And that's why you do what you do, right? You see that right there? You see that? That's why. So you gotta be careful what you select. So go back, and then we go to the magic wand tool, and then we go subtract, and we subtract that part on the top layer. And then we do it again. This time I'm gonna do gray, right? Okay. Filled, everything is filled, you see? And then we don't have any artifacts. Now, another trick I wanted to show you guys is I don't have anything in particular. Okay, here we go. Here's a great example. You see this right here? You see that little straw? So what we do, let me go merge this down first. Okay, guys, give me a second. And that's how you clean the artifact, right? So what we do here, we can erase different ways with Adobe Fresco, right? We can erase with this. Sometimes it's easier to erase just going like that, right? It's easier sometimes. It's just easier to erase like that. Sometimes you have your sections are too big, right? They're like big chunky sizes. You can go lasso tool like this. You can like go like that, close it, and then erase it, right? But personally, my favorite way to erase is this way. Right, so we highlight it, and then we just hit erase from here. And that erases the entire thing with no finger movement. The thing is, when you're illustrating on the iPad, you're going to get tired. You want to try to go as fast as possible. You want to try to make sure you're using as little energy as possible, and that's a really important trick, okay? If you're erasing like a big part and it's complicated, you can even do this, right? There's another trick. You're going to select the color picker, and then you're going to put the color picker to 0. See that? And then you're going to use the fill tool, and then you're going to erase. And that is really, really, really important when you are messing with vectors, because it's gonna be, you're gonna be able to recycle your images. That's why you use vector images, because you know how like in 3D you can like bring in assets. It's like vector art is the same way, but you're bringing in vector art, and that's why you want to be able to erase like that. You see this artifact thing here, like you see that? Erase. See that? See that red? Erase. See that? Erase. See that? Erase. Way more faster than, let's say, oh, I'm gonna go, you know, it's way faster than this. Close lasso, erase. You can do it like that, but sometimes it depends on how do you want to erase. So like, the lesson for this video is that there's different ways to erase depending on the circumstances, but don't ignore color fill erase with 0. That is extremely useful. And I've done some work where I have exported it as a PNG. There's no like artifact, there's no printing artifacts, there's nothing wrong with that. So I hope you guys found that helpful, and I hope you enjoy.